Oh yeah, Sandra. Show the shit. Shit. Let me see.
Welcome to our podcast, guys. And today we actually have an announcement to make. Uh, we are actually going to change our name from SMS Podcast to AfroVivid, as you guys can see in front. But yeah, so basically that's the announcement. And welcome to the next episode.
My name is King Black, aka King Black in the building.
Shay the Great.
Medis.
Kim.
Oh yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Akim what?
You know you can't give your nickname on that shit, bro. Your mom gonna see it.
AKA Fatima. Just kidding, Akim.
Wait, how are you guys doing though?
Feeling great.
Pretty good.
Just had a nice coffee.
Yeah.
UST, dude.
Same
I
shit.
know. It actually tastes good. I'm
No,
not
it
gonna lie.
doesn't. Stop. Don't do
No,
it.
it
doesn't
does. It does taste good. Tea is actually good for you.
To you, it tastes like tea, man. To me, it's coffee. So it's all about how you see it, man. To be honest.
I mean, Shay, do you drink coffee or tea? Which one?
I drink tea. My personal favorite is tea. I don't really go by coffee because
Why?
it's a lot of sedatives that get added to it that I really don't, you know.
Right. I
I
mean,
have to watch too much TV, man.
Niggas
Lot
on
of TV.
niggas on computer too much.
I like coffee and tea, but it just depends.
Coffee.
Sometimes in the morning it might be coffee, but if it's past like noon, I don't drink coffee. I just drink tea or
I
whatnot.
only drink tea when I'm sick.
Nah, I drink tea for the most part.
I drink both, man, boy. I go more with coffee when I want to get drunk.
What?
Because
Right,
coffee
yeah.
get me drunk, man.
That make
That's
no
what-
sense, but
That's when I drink coffee.
So-
Yeah, I drink tea when I want to be my best behavior, man. So yeah,
pick one. Are you a
but-
coffee man or tea
Coffee
man?
or tea?
You have to pick
I
one.
drink
If you have to
more
pick
coffee.
one,
I
Coffee?
drink more coffee than tea. So
Yeah.
I said tea. I drink Lipton. Lipton's my favorite.
Nah,
Lipton
that-
black
You?
tea.
I don't. That stuff don't
black
taste
tea.
Black. You don't like black tea?
good. Nah, I mean, for me, I would say coffee because if I don't drink coffee, like I get headache. So
You go,
it's usually
dude.
coffee.
I think you're addicted, dude.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
have too many
Not
I
too
mean,
many-
I like coffee though,
caffeine in my
but when it's
system.
like iced coffee and junk like that, not like hot.
Iced coffee. I used to buy a lot of iced coffee,
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' and Starbucks.
Not for real, man. If to be very serious, like I think that I cannot go without coffee anymore because I have a very short like attention span, if I can say that.
You
Like in
Oh,
my
yeah.
class,
yeah.
if I don't drink coffee, like if I start reading, even if I just had like 8 hours of sleep, I'm still go to sleep, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
what it
can
is,
focus, but it's just. I would say coffee does helps, but I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it does help though. I'm not gonna lie, it does help.
Yeah, there's some benefits in it, but I think a lot of people are just scared of drinking it just because like it can be very addictive.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people like want to stay away from it. But believe me, man, coffee is like the most sold beverage in the world. Do you know that?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I do know like some people do like hate. Well, some hate the way it tastes, or some just assume when you drink coffee, it's just
Well,
black
a lot of
coffee.
people do drink it.
But
I hate the
it's not
aftertaste.
black. It's not all people drink black coffee. It's just when we drink coffee, we obviously have to add sugar and milk or whatnot.
Do any of you drink it raw or like you have to add like
Nope.
cream in?
Nah, I don't drink it. I have to.
If you drink
like
it a lot, if you drink it a lot, the smell, your mouth starts.
That's how
smelling
most people
differently.
drink it though.
Yeah,
raw,
I don't like it.
like the espresso shot.
Oh no! I still don't. Even if I have to put milk or something in it, but I can't drink it raw for sure. But
It's good. It's good. But anyway, what's the topic for today, man?
man, today we actually gonna talk about like compare back home and here, like basically experience back home and experience here, basically. But it's going to be an interesting topic for sure because we have Shitu in the building, Mr. Nigeria. We have Mr. Cameroon right here and two Sierra Leone niggas.
How long did you grow up? Did you live in Cameroon for?
Well, when my mom gave birth to me, she sent me back over there, and I stayed there for about 11 years.
She got tired of you, man.
You know what that means, right? My man was a bad boy from young, bro.
I mean, I got sent back when I was 1, so my grandmother took care of me at the time, and I mean, through the course of living there, life was tough. I lived in the city area, but there were still times when we ran out of water, and we had to go and get water from like the stream and stuff.
Wait,
so.
wait, were you live in the village or like in the city?
Well, I lived in the city and the village, so like around the time when I was coming back over here, I moved to the village, and I lived there for about like 2 or 3 years.
What's the city name again? Yaoundé.
Bamenda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not the capital. Yaoundé is the capital.
Yeah, Yaoundé is the capital. Yeah.
How do you know life was tough though? At that age.
I mean, to be honest, obviously I didn't experience life over here at a young age. I mean, I did, but not as much as I did over there. I mean, I can definitely say it's, in terms of the state of living, like the roads and just to adapt to the culture. It's like everybody over there is welcoming and loving and warming, but it's like as far as the environment is concerned, it's not as luxurious as it is over here. You have more access of food and more access of like supplies that you need. Over there is sometimes you have to. So there might be some days when you have to go that one step further to get what you need. So.
You may want to get closer to the mic a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times, like most countries in Africa are like pretty much the same. If you lived in Africa, you probably have experienced like living, like just visiting the village or whatnot, and just see like the difference. But yeah, I used to enjoy like visiting the village because growing up, my grandfather like had animals. Like he was a, how do you call it, herder, something like that. So he had a lot of like cows, goat, sheep or whatnot. So like I used to like visiting there. But because like it's a different experience, because when you go, you see how different people live and you be like, wow. But it's kind of fun as a kid because you get to run around, you get to see different animals. Like it's pretty nice.
Yeah, to add on that, we had like literally we had like pet chicken, like we had chickens just roaming around. So you just find it and just slice the neck off and
Farmer Shay.
She used to be a farmer, bro. Best of that. But I mean, to be honest, I feel like growing up back home, it's as a child it's an experience that I wish like every child can get, because even though like things are tough over there, but it trains you like mentally, like how to be tough, because pretty much back home is like survival of the fittest, man. Like only the strong survive. And if you grow up in neighborhoods like that, I mean, I think that would better shape you for like your adult life. And also like, just like you said, there's always like fun stuff to do.
Yeah, that's all.
It's not just like video games. Like I remember like growing up, me and my friend, like we used to like just go like hike like up in the mountains. Like over here, people see like that's like some kind of activity, but over there it's like
it's a
normal life.
Yeah, normal day, daily things to do.
Yeah, we used to like climb the mountains, like climb fences, like get into like people's like yard to like steal mangoes and shit like that. All that stuff, like thinking about that, and I was like, man, I don't know if
here
that kind of luxury like back here.
Here you can't do some of this stuff, but yeah, back home like it's just like it's fun, man. I'm telling you, like, because if you want fresh fruits, it's right there, like back of the house. Anything fresh you can get it, but like here's like there's a lot of like processed stuff, a lot of chemical, involved in like the food production or whatnot. So it kind of, you don't really get to actually taste something that's not like fertilized, like something that's grown like organically. But it is nice though, because we had like, there was light, but it's just like we don't stay inside to play. Like we always go outside. We always always hang out outside to play. Like we basically just come in the house to either eat, take a shower, or sleep. That's it. Like literally.
When you say that, you know what I remember, man?
What?
There was one time one of my friends came to my house, and like he came to my house asking for me. And my mom was like, man, if you want to hide from that guy, man, just come to his house, because he's never home.
He's never.
You know.
It is. I mean,
How was it in Nigeria though? I know I know you used to be in the house all the time, bro. Don't lie.
Nigeria's
mean-
developed there now.
No. I mean, I've never been to the village before in my life, and that's some serious stuff. And that's because, for my father's side, like his parents are dead, so there's no reason to go there in the first place. My mother's side, the grandfather is dead. I mean, my grandmother is dead now, but when I was in Nigeria, my grandma, she mostly stay in Lagos. I mean, they have their village back home, but they don't go there. I don't know if they're cool with the family or not, but I've never been there before. But where I live in Nigeria, it's called Badagry. It's in Lagos, but
It's
like-
outside. Or
yeah, it's like
inside?
outside because it's close to the water and all that.
It's the hood, huh?
No, it's not a hood. It feels more like a village. Because when I was coming here in America, when you go to the airports and stuff like that, that's when you start seeing like tall buildings and stuff like that, cool cars or stuff like that. But Badagry it was pretty boring. I mean, when I was living there, it wasn't boring. It was like normal. But when you live Badagry, which is my hometown, and start seeing everywhere else, like you just be like, wow. I've been living in the village the whole time. But it wasn't necessarily a village.
So wait,
There were everything. It was quiet, and I don't know, maybe because it's close to the water. Not that there's a port right next to it. It was just quiet.
have you visited like Lagos though?
That's what I say. I mean, Lagos, the city, yeah, because I used to be a troublemaker. Not like I
Do
did
you
bad
go there
stuff.
like on a daily basis or
No, I mean to where I live, but to go to Lagos is like 1 hour, almost 2 hours drive. So when I was making trouble with my mom, she sent me to her sister's place in Lagos. She was a teacher. Yeah, I live in like Lagos.
troublemaker?
But yeah, talking about that, like that's like something very, very common back home. You know, like even your neighbors can like raise you up.
Yeah, they can raise you up.
In Africa, let's like you do something and your parents are not around, like your neighbors like have some of them have the right to like actually like discipline
can
you
beat you
before like
too,
your
bruh.
people come home.
They will beat you. Okay.
Yeah, like,
sure, bro.
But
They
that's
will-
not the same over here though.
They'll
You know?
report you to, like, they would tell your parent, like, when your parents come, like, I'm gonna let them know. Or sometimes your parent would tell them, like, if you see my son or daughter doing something, like, take care of
Funnily,
them.
I actually don't like my mom beating because she doesn't know how to beat people. Like when my mom beats you, she's like everything, bro. If somebody else beats you, you know what they like. Maybe you stretch your hand out or they beat, they'll whoop you in the back. But my mom, she like throw everything, man, which is more dangerous than actually. But yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, I won't say strangers beat me though. More like family friends, but not like strangers. Complete
Yeah.
strangers.
I mean, of course, you got to be like somebody that
Yeah.
is closer to your family in the neighborhood. But here, like that's not the case. Even if
Yes,
you're
even family.
Yeah,
It's,
family can't. It's hard for you to see a fact. Well, some African parents, they do beat their kids.
Yeah,
that I
that's.
know.
I mean,
Did you guys grow up in like one of these like extended families?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
that's the
what you
type
mean,
of-
like?
what do you
s-
mean? Like cousins and stuff like
Let's
that.
say,
Or
yeah,
you saying like
the type of
your father
family,
having
like-
two wives, something like that, or no?
yeah. So like when I actually grew up, when I was growing up, my grandpa does have 3 wives. So I grew up in my grandpa's house, and the way the house was set up is like it was
Each
like
wife got their
one
own
huge
house?
house, and like we have like all these other small houses around it because it was a huge land. So like normally like we usually have like all these different family members, cousins coming from different places coming to stay with us time to time.
Right.
You know, and it's like always drama and stuff. You know, everybody have to use like I think there was only like 2 bathrooms, and like it got to be a line. Like when school starts, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I have to take my shower like outside where like everyone can see. But I mean at that time I was like
Yeah, that's nothing.
I was a child, so like it don't matter that much, stuff like that.
Yeah, we had one in Freetown, actually Kabatown. It's like right outside by the police station. But yeah, it's like it's my dad. But I won't say it's like extended family, but but we also have other cousin, family members that comes visit once in a while. But I didn't stay there for long because once Sierra Leone had the war, so like we flew to Guinea for like 3 to 4 years, and then once we moved back to Sierra Leone, I didn't stay there. We moved to McKinney, so I was in McKinney basically until I came here. But I used to go to Freetown to visit. But it's just we have a lot of like cousin family members. But when it comes to like my dad, bro, like his own family, shoot, like it's huge. Like different people that I don't even know about. It's like sometimes they just call me, yo, Muhammad, pick up the phone. This your cousin. I'm like, cousin. I'm like, I don't even know this person, but they always want you to. I don't know if you guys like experience that, where it's like your parents will call you, or for you to say hi to a family members that
Yeah, all
you
the
don't
time.
even know.
My mom, like, she would call me and, you know, tell me there's my aunt is on the phone that raised me back home. And
Yeah.
I would have no idea. Be like, you know,
Yeah, I don't know that person. They always ask me like, "Do you know this person?" I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure I don't." I'm like, my memory don't go that far. Like, I don't remember that person, but it is. It's a
crazy,
huge.
man, how deep family goes back home.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same here, but over here, like people get to see that experience more, like on Thanksgiving, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's when you get to see.
It's the same. I mean, I don't say my family's too big, but like maybe like doing like Ramadan or like Eid
Yeah.
and stuff when it's over. Like we have like I won't say a family house, but my grandma house is like a family house because everybody come over and eat. And that's the only time I see like my cousin most of the time. Other than that, even though most of us, even though we live in Lagos, it's like an hour or 2 hours drive from each other from Lagos. So, but that's the only time I have like family gathering. But with the experience that you say you have to take shower outside, I'll be like, because you have to go to school. It's not the same with me because most of the time they come is on holiday, so I don't have that. But to me, it's fun because you haven't seen them in a while. You see them, they start. Some of them they will tell you what's going on in like in the center of Lagos, which is like you'll be like, wow, cool. That's where you live and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, living in a house like that is it's never gonna be boring, man.
It's
There's
gonna
always
never
gonna
be
be
drama.
drama. Either like the most crazy thing though is like one like since my grandpa have like multiple wives, right? If like both wives, the kids like got into like a clash,
Yeah.
sometimes it causes like a lot of chaos, you know. Especially like if one of them like
Because your
like
grandpa don't
take
want to
advantage
pick
of
side.
the other one. Oh man, it's gonna be like a whole drama going on. And my grandpa used to have a he used to have a belt, bruh. For any kids to like cause any trouble, man, whoop them good. So
Oh man, I got whooped back home a lot. I mean, mine basically is just it's just the family members because I won't say I was like a troublemaker, but
I can see that.
it's more so like me like not going to Arabic school. Like I used to skip, but it's not like I know how to read it, like I know it, but it's more like them wanting me to go every time. And sometimes as a kid you want to go play, you want to do something else, so I would skip that. And then once they find out, and then they will beat me. But then when it comes to like school, the school that I went to, shoot, telling you, bro, like St. Francis, I'm telling you, if anybody who's an old boy at St. Francis, hit me up, man. But yeah, I used to. That school was like when you're late, they would have teachers standing right in front of the gate. And mind you, the gate, if before you even enter the school compound, like it's long, bro. It's huge. So it's like teachers standing right up there, each one. You just go, like, just get your ass open before you get in, man. But that's the only thing. But when it comes to like, other stuff in school, I'm usually like, the type who's like reserved. So it's like I don't really get into all that, stuff that goes on.
And we used to get whipped with gas pipes.
Man.
man, what'd you
It's a
do,
real
bro?
torture.
Why don't look like Savory
No,
Joe?
my
Gas
school.
pipes.
I mean, I went to I went to primary school back home, and it was hell, literally. Like all the teachers had like these long ass white gas pipes that like if one were to hit your skin, like bumps would just start like forming in your skin.
Man, that was a
it was
torture, bro.
Yeah, and when I got back home, it was worse. Like my aunt always used to like make me go fetch my own stick, and she would, and like
They do
yeah,
that stuff to
and
me.
I would give it to her, and she would like whip me till that shit like breaks, bro. And she would be like, "Go get another one,"
They did that
crazy.
stuff to me, bro.
What do you think about that experience? Or do you think because obviously that's not the same over here. Like a teacher cannot like beat you. So
obviously over here you have like to me, because I think back home there's no such thing as 911, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
especially when it deals with like family. But I feel like over here there are still some states that allow discipline in that aspect. But
for real,
yes, they
I
actually
never
are.
heard of that.
But as far as the country as a whole is concerned, you can't enforce that much, as it is back home, because over here now you have, people can call child protective services on you. There's just a whole bunch of, you can lose your kid literally. So
I mean, I understand why it's probably not the best idea for like a teacher to discipline the child, but then again, I feel like if the parents is letting the child to learn like school stuff from the teacher, and I feel like the teacher may be like a better person to help discipline the child as well. Because the way I see it is like teachers are like part of the family as well. Because what I noticed, right, my mom, like growing up, not just my mom, like a lot of parents, they have like closer connections to the teachers.
Right.
Because like if you think about it, the child actually is less like if the parents are working like during the day, most of the time your child will spend the day with the school and the teachers and stuff. So the fact that they around them all the time, it's more likely for them to learn more from them. So because like we see like the teachers like part of the family, it's kind of like acceptable for like the teacher to discipline the child. But obviously it's not like to the point where like it just seems like the teachers like it's just like abusing or stuff like that.
It's not gonna get to that.
Or if the child is doing like anything like out of control, the teacher have the right to discipline them, and also like communicate with the parents. Because even sometimes back home, like when I do something in the house, my mom would call the teacher to discipline me for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how it was like for me, because I was that close with like all my teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I got discipline, but it's just since my mom was here, so I was living with my aunt. So it's like it's not like my mom won't say anything for them to like beat me and nothing like that, because she just, I mean, I don't want to say, but it's just like she like, sometimes discipline somebody else's child, like you have that conscience in your mind where like, because they're not your child, you don't want to discipline them, like. Yeah. So that's how I felt like my aunt was, to me. So she didn't really do like any disciplinary stuff on to me, but yeah. But when it comes to beating, my grandma has beat me multiple times when I was younger, and my dad the last time my dad beat me was probably 5 or so, but I won't say beat, but it's more like just beating my butt. That was it. And my mom also was like a long time like, but the people that usually beat me is mainly my grandma when I was young, and I would say my teachers. But that's about it. Like my parents, they didn't really beat me because we didn't really live like together like while I was growing up. It's only when I got older that's when I moved here. So it's like they can't beat me anymore. But I didn't experience that.
Like when I was back home, like sometimes when I get beat by like my teachers, my parents, I used to feel like as a child like like what's going on, right? Like why all this was so mean to me. Well, growing up thinking about it now, I tend to realize like there was so many dumb stuff that I was doing that basically I'm just calling for like me to get beat. Yeah. Let's say there was a time like my sister had a toy. It's like all these dolls that have like all this that moves and all that. So my mom left, and what I did is I used like the screwdriver and like destroy the whole thing just for me to know like what's inside of it.
Wow.
And my mom was like, "Why is that for?" So I used to get beat for like stuff like that, or sometimes like when I go play soccer, I just leave my stuff there and just go home like without my clothes or my shoes or anything like that. But what was a cultural change you guys noticed, like moving from Africa to the States?
I would say there's any for me too much.
There's a lot.
There's no cultural change.
There's a lot of cultural change, man.
Did it snow in Nigeria?
I mean, before when I first came here, I don't usually like go out a lot. So when I'm surrounded, I'm mostly surrounded with one thing I do when I first came, I surround myself with a lot of Africans. Like I did it on purpose. I did it so I can become comfortable and all that, so I can still feel at home. But in terms of cultural change, maybe like, for example, when you get when I first experienced in school, like you know the way the student behave and all that. Like the first time I saw like a student talk back to a teacher, I was amazed. I mean,
Me too, bro.
for a second, I thought, like, man, I could do this, but obviously because I have this fear in my head that obviously if I do, I would get beat. But I mean, probably that's one of the first cultural change. I say like student talking back to teachers, or like they can just kick you out, and these people think it's nothing, or they call your parents and it's nothing. Like back home, if they call your parents, you're gonna be scared. Like, yeah, today somebody's gonna die today because you know it's over.
Yes, it's somewhere gonna die.
But in America, when they call your parents and stuff like that, it's like it's nothing. You're still gonna be back in school next day with nothing on with you, still making the same mistake. But in Nigeria, dude, I mean, it happened before. They come in Nigeria, they will beat you. The teacher will beat you, and then they'll call your parent, and then you're still gonna get beat at home, and then you're gonna come back, and then your parents will call you back to the teacher and be like, discipline very well, and then you're gonna come back the next day and still get beat.
So do you think like beating is a good way of for someone to learn?
It depends.
It is, but
It
it's to
depends.
some extent. Like some people do it too much. Like don't beat them too much. I mean, it depends on the students itself.
I don't think so at all. Cause well.
So you
learn is
prefer
like-
them beating people?
Yeah, I don't think beating like
Works.
make people learn.
I think it. I mean, it's just a matter of a question. Do you want people to fear you?
It's fair.
Yeah.
It
So I
puts
mean,
fear
trust
to
me,
you.
if you put
'cause-
fear is way stronger. People.
But
people
what if
learn.
you're not there anymore? You gonna go back to the same stuff?
No, here's the thing
But that's
is
the point. The fear still
the thing is right. Like for me, back when I used to get beat a lot, it came up like there was a point in time where I don't get fear of beating anymore. Like,
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
get fear.
You get used to the pain.
Yeah,
That's the
when
thing, you get
they
used to it.
when they say they're
That's
gonna
why I
beat
say
me, it's
doesn't-
like
it
a
doesn't
normal.
teach you anything.
It's like a normal thing for me. I'm like, okay, like, you know, it's
Because
just
you
I'm
know what
used
to
to it.
expect too.
Yeah, I'm used to it, but I won't say, you know, beating will help. It's just it depends. And to do it, if you're gonna do it, I won't say like do it all the time, because if you do it all the time, the child might not, you know, respect that anymore. But maybe once in a while, like depend on what the, you know, the child did to you. But I won't, even though I'm still not gonna say, you know, don't do it or do it. But it's all up to you, like how you want to handle it. But
One
for
thing
me,
I also say is like it also has to do with like the caliber of like how stern your parent is, like how strict they are too. You know, cause,
Oh, yeah.
because you could have, you know, you could have like your mom or your dad, you know, if they called your house, you know, you could come home and they could just talk to you, and you have some parents that'll beat you, so it's, you know, different.
I think it just gotta be balanced,
Yeah.
and because I mean, like somebody told me before that he has a child, right? And but he's so close to the child, like the child has become pretty much like their friends and stuff like that. So there was some time where like talking to the child was like misbehaving, talking to the child, and telling the child to stop, and he was like, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna beat you, right?" And instead of the child like stop, the child like talked back to the parent, was like, "No, you can't."
yeah,
You know,
it's
stuff like that.
it is like that. This is why sometimes you can, like, you have, when you have a child, basically make them like be their friend, right? But at the same time,
After fear, you just
yeah, make them fear you, like,
it'll be about.
so they know like you're their parent, like, because if not, they will
disrespect
they
you.
will disrespect, like they will step on you, honestly.
I wouldn't say fair, but they
Not
just have to like respect you. It's
Yeah,
more of
but-
respect
and
fear.
you being their friend, like, oh, that's that, you know, how, you know, you my best friend, like, trust me, that does not work all the time. Like, I'm not saying just they have to know, they have to respect the fact that, you know, you're the one that, like, you're their parent, like, they gotta know that. But if you take it lightly, trust me, they might just, if you tell them something, like, they're gonna be like, no, I'm not doing it. Why won't you do it? And then
Yeah.
what are you gonna feel like as a dad or as a mom? Like, you're gonna be like, wow.
Yeah, cause the thing is there's nothing wrong to have your child as your friend, but then again, you have to know that there may come a time when something serious may come up, and
Yeah,
you
and they
need
may
them
never
to
tell
like
you.
notice that. But in their mind, they're always gonna be like, "Oh, he's not serious," or "She's not serious." Let's say, for example, if you have a child growing up and you're working with the child like on the road, and like, or like you slightly forgot what's going on, and the child's about to cross the road and is running, But there's a car coming across the road. I know this like all like makeup stuff, and you want to stop the child to be like stop, but obviously they don't have that. They can't like they don't they haven't seen the other side of you, like the serious part of you, and they
Yeah.
just kept going and stuff like that. But get back to the question. What was the biggest cultural change for you, shit?
Well, just to add on to what Akeem said about how students act and how they react in class. Like the first time when on my first class, when the teacher asked a question, I raised my hand. That was, I mean,
I
that's,
did
that's
that
one of the
too.
things. Yeah, I raised my hand and I stood up, and everybody was like looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And crazy story. I actually got into a fight my first day of school back over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I would just it was the same incident when it happened when I stood up and this kid was like, just making fun of me, and I just like, I don't know, I was heated, and we like fought after school, but yeah,
Oh
childish
wow.
shit. But yeah, and as far as the environment is is different from back home. I mean, there's people like there's different races. There's much more like
It's diverse.
yeah, diverse. Like you have Asians, Spanish people. It's like it's not like back home. It's just people if you're strictly African. So
I thought you said racist. That's what I said, man.
races, just different
Okay.
races, not racist.
What do you think about that? Do you think there's any separation between people back home, or
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Very much so.
tribes.
They're
Of
in
course.
different
Yeah.
tribes.
how?
I mean, there's different villages. There's different dialects. There's
More of tribal differences.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's
pretty-
also different over there.
Like
It's
Nigeria.
pretty much the same where we from as well, and it usually happen like relating to like politics as well.
Yeah, politics,
Yeah.
and sometimes it comes up like
Religion.
during marriage.
Marriage, yes.
Yeah, during marriage it comes
Yep,
up.
yep.
But yeah, I would say my cultural shock, like the difference, going back to what Shay and Kim said, like when I used to see like the like during class and like all the student would talk, and I used to be like, wow, and the professor is teaching. Back home, you can't even while the professor is teaching, you can't say nothing, like literally. So I was shocked. I'm like, they can do this stuff. So and then when it comes to asking questions, also like I was also shocked. When I started seeing the difference, but yeah, it's like a whole lot of stuff like just the way how people see things, just like the way how the behavior is also changed because back home is like we were like more we were more groomed into being like just respecting your elders, whereas like here is like it's like here when you look at school they don't really care, the student don't care about all none of that stuff. So it's like, but back home is like we care, you know what I'm saying? Because we know back home is like you can't talk because else you gonna get an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? So like when you come here, you see the difference. You kind of feel okay, but at the same time you just think about it, and you can totally tell the difference. But
So all three of you pretty much relates to school. Uh, I would say it's definitely the same for me, but I wanna add something else, which was the weather, obviously.
oh yeah, the weather's
Because
different.
back home we only have like 2 seasons, which is the summer and rainy season. Rainy season is not even
It's
a
not
season
even.
over here.
Yeah, I mean here it's more like a fall type thing.
Like rain in Spain.
Yeah, but here it's cold
It rains
also.
all the time, man.
Yeah,
Even
it's
summertime
cold.
it rains.
Yeah.
But in Africa, it's mainly like just rain, 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 and I know that's when like
And some
there's like the farmers or whatnot. That's when they plant their like crop or whatnot because it's raining. And dry season is just dry, man. Like it can be like it's just the like the humidity is dry also because you can tell, and it's a lot of dust or whatnot. But Here's just it's just 4 season. It was the only thing I would say the only thing I hate. I mean, some people like winter, but I don't like winter. So
I think I've got used to it.
yeah, I still don't like winter. You know what I'm saying? Like I like because winter is like I find is and the other thing is here's like a lot of people at home, like inside the house,
Yeah.
and I can't like during the summer. I'm like it's summertime. Like why is everybody home?
Yeah.
And come to realize like obviously here you have everything in the house,
That's
so
just
you don't even need to leave your get out the house. But like back home is like we have stuff, even though we don't have everything, but it's more like we have electricity and whatnot. We can watch TV, but it's just
It's limited.
it's limited, and also like for us to have really have fun, we have to go outside. Like for us to really go out, we have to go outside. We can't just stay in the house and say we having fun. Like if for us, it just don't work for us that way. But I mean, that's a huge difference. I would say.
Okay. I have another question though. Like, what adaptation did you have to make in order for you to like feel like to like merge into like the new society, or what like this a separate question as well. Like what like changes did you refuse to make that from like let's say like how can I say this?
Like you mean on a personal level?
Yes.
So
like,
basically,
let's say like you have like you feel a certain way towards something back
Yeah.
home, and it's obviously different
Here.
here. Like, what did you accept or what did you refuse?
I mean, for me personally, I've seen a lot of African over here and try to change, like the way they talk, the way they move, the way they dress. I mean, maybe the dress one is eventually will change, but
I
but
mean,
the talking and the acting part,
even
I
talk.
refuse to do that.
Even talk. I don't mind people doing because
Yeah, I'm obviously once in a while.
Yeah, I
your
mean,
accents.
I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't mind because I get it. You're in a different country, you gotta do you. I don't mind that, but it's just like the thing that I refuse is just when it comes to me, I'm big on respect. So it's like I always respect my elder. Like I don't talk back to them if they're talking. I don't, you raise my voice, nothing like that. Because I'm respectful. So it's like that. I refuse to change. I'm still gonna stay the same. But the other thing else, I don't really care. If you change your accent, I don't care.
When
It
it
don't
comes to
bother me. I don't
refusing
mind.
For me, as I said before, that's why I stay close to like most of my friends like Africans. I have like few Americans, but most of my friends are African, and it's not I'm refusing it. It's just also me being in a comfortable zone, like being comfortable because obviously when I was in middle school I got bullied, so that make me
So you
try
got
to
you
even
got
make
you got past experience.
that make me
Very foolish guy,
so
man.
I got bullied when I first came in like in middle school. So since then the people that I roll with are like African. Number one is because I'm comfortable, and number two, we understand each other. So I won't say I refuse to change, but it's just I feel like I was forced to be like that. It's just like because as I said, I got bullied, so I had this fear of making friends with people that are not from Africa. So
I mean, I
Don't you feel like you're limiting yourself though?
a little bit. Obviously, I mean, yeah, I am limiting myself. I am limiting myself, but I said it's not because I wanted to. It's because it's the fear that I had before. I mean, not now. Now, if I see anybody, of course, I'm ready to talk to you or anything. But back then, it's because of the fear that I had, like being in a situation of getting bullied again and stuff like that. But yeah, I understand I was limited, but there wasn't much I could do then.
I mean, it does happen, but like this is how I look at it, right? This is how I see it. Anybody that tries to like belittle you or whatnot, just know they're jealous. Like just know, like, cause it's like they don't have what you have. So it's like I don't see it, even though they might, I would say I've never, cause I didn't go to middle school here, but I've never experienced that. Cause I mean, if that would have happened, trust me, it would have been messy for them. Cause I'm not the one that you talk shit to, man.
And you
Like, I'm
also,
not that shit, man. We gonna go at it. Like,
That's facts.
if somebody say something that I don't like, man, I'm telling you, cause like I would say right now, I won't say I'm lucky, but it's more like I feel like God don't want me to, be in that situation because I'm high tempered, especially when somebody offend me. So it's
I
like,
understand that, like, you're not taking a mess, but can you imagine, let's say somebody bully you, coming from an African background, you got into a fight, and they tell your parent back home, who do you think is going to get their ass whooping? You think that, even though if you tell your parent that it's their fault, African parent, they'll be like, oh, they'll want you to deal with it better, even though if you try to, there's no way I can deal with it better. So it's like,
Of course, there's a way you could have dealt with it better.
the only, if you tell them to stop, you think they're just going to stop?
no, but you
You
can
don't
some
have
of
to
them
tell them
actually
to
get
stop.
He has a point.
Some of them
yeah,
actually
you
get
don't have-
suspended, and they still come back and they still continue. So if you get into a fight, at the end of the day, it looked like I was in a lose-lose situation.
I know.
Because if I fight and they call my parent back home, I still look like the villain, even though you try to tell them. And maybe, I don't want to blame my parents about me because they don't know what bullying is. So, but
It's a form of understanding.
That's
where
if I get into a fight, I'm still gonna get in trouble.
that's
and
where I feel
it's
as though
lose-lose
that's where
situation
I
for
feel
me.
as though African parents. I'm not trying to like put them in a frame, but that's where I feel as parents in general. Some parents like fall short to that because they don't like they're how can I put it? They're egotistical to the aspect of just believing what they want to believe.
Right.
So they don't see your point of view, and yes, they are the upper hand, but at the same time, everybody has a point on like the topic, so or what happened.
But to be honest, the way I said, I feel like even though your mom said like you should handle yourself, I feel like that's the best way. That's the best way she can empower you. Cause I was in a situation too where like went to the soccer field, and I was actually like making fun of someone. I got my ass whooped. That's the only time I lost a fight, by the way.
Okay.
I got my ass whooped. So
Did
I
it
went home.
happen in
I
here
went home.
or?
Yeah, that was I was still a child, like 9, the most. Went back home crying, and my mom was like, "Go back there and fight for yourself, but you're not gonna come in and cry, right?" So
Right.
went back there, and since then I learned that I have to stand up for myself. I can't just like be like that type that just like run back like after something have happened, even though
Right.
like I was the one that started the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, like I want to go back home and cry and stuff, like call for help, you know.
Right.
So from there, like I've learned that. I mean, obviously, like different people handle
Differently,
it
yeah.
differently. But to me, I always feel like, I mean, just like what Muhammad say, I don't feel like anybody's opinion can like define me.
Yeah.
Because like even like when you say words, it's not like it's gonna stick on my face. Like everywhere I go, like people gonna say that, oh, he called me this name. It's on my face right here, right?
Mhm.
So because of that, I don't take things too serious. That's why like sometimes like people feel like I'm heartless, but I always try to do things that try to focus on me. Because if I want to focus more on like other people's stuff, then it's just gonna mess up your like
yeah,
the way you
it
do
just
things.
will,
And
man.
also, yeah, not to cut you up, and also like I feel like you just have to understand at that age too. Like
Yeah, it's kind of hard for them to
yeah,
really understand, like they shouldn't take other people's opinion like into heart. But it's kind of difficult 'cause, like some people don't develop that kind of mentality early on, so maybe that's why. But
you gotta understand it's because you're new to the environment. You don't want to step out of boundary. Like,
man, listen, I know.
but
just
do
came
you
to this
still feel
country.
the same way right now?
yeah, no, like now I can talk, but then I was like 10. So you don't want to. Okay, let's say somebody bullying and I get into a fight and it keep happening. Somebody keep bullying and keep getting into a fight.
Mhm.
It's gonna get repeated of you that it's your record that's gonna get messed up, not the person that keep bullying you. So, I mean, I understand like stand up.
No,
for yourself.
but did you like try to tell?
No, as I said, the people that got suspended and stuff like that. But one of them, it was actually 2 of them. I actually remember their name. One of them is like Jerome, and one of them is James. The one that was Jerome.
Man, that guy
where-
strike fear in you, man.
the
We
one that
remember his
became
name
the-
till
we
this
went
day.
to and we actually
You
later
used to
became
take your
friends.
lunch like shit.
And one thing that I like about me is that at the end of the day, they got along because some of them later actually found me funny. So
That's
that's one way that I got close to people. They found me funny, and I was lucky me. And
yeah,
I
that's
make
the
friends
point
with
I
them.
was trying to make. Cause at that age as well, like you have to understand those are just kids. If you think about it right now,
But that's bad parenting, though. I understand
Yeah,
they're just
that's-
but they're
kids.
just
But
kids.
I'm a
Like they
kid
don't know
too.
what they're doing. They know nothing. You know, just like you probably don't know too, like how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about it now, I just feel like if you go to high school, you go to college, like obviously, like it get less and less.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Everybody's more mature.
Because people are
Everybody
getting
just go
grown
their
and
own
stuff
way,
like
yeah.
that. People like getting to learn more. There's a bigger picture, and a lot of people get to learn more. Like me and you, like we're actually the same compared to like what's going on in like the bigger picture, like racism as a whole. You know, so stuff like that. That's like I know it could be like very tough, like having like those experiences as a child, but I feel like the schools are not doing like a good job, like handling those as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would say even though that stuff never like bullying never happened to me, but I'm because all right. So here's the thing, right? People say a lot of times people say, "Oh, I'm quiet," right? I'm like the reason why I'm quiet is like because if I don't have nothing to say to you, like I'm gonna keep my business. Like it's my business. I'm gonna mind my business. You know what I'm saying? But deep down in me, bro, it's like it's just I'm just trying to avoid problem. I'm just trying to not put myself into those type of situations. That's why I'm usually quiet. But if somebody really tries, like back, I would say if I had gotten bullied, it would have been dangerous because like I have temper. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm not a type where you mess with and say stuff about and let it slide. That's not me. For us, I'm gonna try to report you or whatnot. But if I feel like that stuff is going on, man, I'm not sitting there and let you bully me. Like we gonna go at it. Like to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Because even college, it does sometimes it does happen. They might try to make fun of you in front of everybody else, and then if you just the one that just sit there and just take it in, it'll continue happening. But you have to sometimes. I feel like in life, you just have to stand up. You just have to, you just because some people don't know. They don't have the home training for them to really understand. Like they shouldn't bully. They shouldn't talk bad about other people. They will continue doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. But I feel like I do understand your point of view. And it is difficult. At that age coming and especially just coming to America, it is something that's it's very sensitive for someone to even say something about you. But yeah, I mean it's a like important topic and like a good issue that we should all try to stop and make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else going forward. But I mean it's a lot of changes
I
though.
mean, you gotta think because I've heard like American kids when they get bullied, they kill themselves. So to some extent, most African kids that they get bullied, and I still think you're mentally strong. Like I've read story multiple times, kids in middle school get bullied, and they're already killing themselves because of bullying. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, that never came into my head. I just think of it as going to war every day. Just get off of school. You're going to go face your thing, come back home. That even make me know. It make
It
me
is.
stop going outside.
The mental health it is real though, but the other difference is I'm not not to say it's not real, but it's more like sometimes I do know African kids also go through it, but mainly why sometimes you don't hear African kid doing that stuff like taking their life. It's more like they've been through worse. They know,
Yeah,
so they just don't see it as a means for them to just end it, like solve the problem. They may not talk about it, or some of them would try to talk about it, but it is African kids go through it, but it's more like back home we go through way worse. You know what I'm saying? Way worse, like a lot of stuff, especially growing up. You don't have all this stuff available to you. You're not gonna take it personal, but it's like here, it's growing up here is like you have everything available, so any single thing that happens to you, like it affects you greatly, like because you never experience anything else. So mental health, that's why it is big here, because it's hard. They don't experience anything else besides that, so they take it so serious, and it's something that's very real, and it goes on. But I mean, it's a lot of difference. What do you have any difference, Shay, stuff on?
And
Mm, I mean, the thing is like, as far as over here is, as far as it goes over here, like the access to the internet, it's like it's very broad, so like someone, I mean, you have people nowadays that can get your IP address and can get like a lot of information about you online, and the thing is like, I feel like over here is like it's a much more easier target for you to get, um, bullied and for people to just talk you down. As far as back home is concerned, where it's like, obviously everybody's more connected back home, I think, but over here is there's a lot of things that can just bring somebody down. You feel me? Like just adding to what you were saying about having everything.
It is. I mean, it's something that's huge. So it's the difference can either make you stronger or break you. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
like
saying?
there's a lot of social media platforms. Like someone could post a picture on Instagram, and if they get a hate comment, or that could just easily just break them.
All right. So
the thing is, a lot of people just like focus more on like all this people recognition.
Yeah,
I think that's what causing that problem as well. But if you just take, I know it's very very hard for like people to do, but like if you just see it as like I mean, no matter what you say, like that's not gonna break me. Like, and I feel like that's a good position to be in. You know, like I mean, there's also like you just have to like know how to balance it, because sometimes like people like want the good for you, and they may be telling you the truth, but I think the biggest takeaway is like you just have to be selfish, and when I say selfish, I feel like you always have to put yourself first
yeah,
before anything else or anybody else. And if you can do that, if you can make yourself happy, you can make other people around you happy as well. But when people try to
put other people
satisfy
first.
other people first before themselves, then I feel like that's where they usually come short, because you
Yeah.
tend to realize that, oh man, I've wasted all my time like trying to
yeah,
make this person feel this type of way, and now like this what they feel towards me. So that just like break you a lot, you
It
know.
does. And thinking about it, there was a time where while I would say while I was trying to actually like you know like basically build myself up, like when it comes to eliminating like outside distraction, all that stuff, like I was like really really like, if I really want to like gain anything, if I really want to understand myself, if I really want to learn myself, like I really have to eliminate other people, like not in a bad way, but it's just sometimes some people might ask you, oh, let's go do this, but they're little do you know, they are wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your time that you could be using to like do something else. But some people don't understand that. That's because they are the type of people who is like the yes people. Every single time is yes, yes. Sometimes you don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to really think about yourself. And for me, that's the kind of mentality that I've adopted. I'll now I think about myself. If I'm not gaining anything from you. I'm not. We cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna waste
You're
my
not gonna
time on that.
invest your time on.
No, I'm not. But it's just like just building that mentality, and all of that is basically from growing from Africa. Like I came, bro. Like here's like I know so much when it comes to life. I know what I want. Like you know what I'm saying? Because like some people don't even know what they want, but like you know like all right, this is what I want. So you just work on it. So I feel like me growing up in Africa really just built me. Like it actually made me stronger. Like it made me like all this little stuff that I'm experiencing. It's nothing for me, because mind you, I was born during the war, so like you know, I know how the war feels like. I've seen the war. I've experienced it as a child, so I've seen way worse. So it's like coming here seeing all this stuff. It's not even worse for me. For me, it's like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I kind of build my mindset up. But it's a whole lot of change or whatnot, different stuff that goes on. It all depends though.
Yeah, but just like what we said like in the previous one of the our past episodes, like you always have to look at things that there's something better to be focused on, and also like even like you feel like a terrible situation, you always have to know that there's someone in a worse situation than you. You know, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's
So this is
a good way to take a look at it.
that's a wrap of episode 4. We just got it done. Hope you guys like it, and I guess that's it. We should end it right here, right?
Yeah, man.
Same.
Catch you guys on the next one. Hope
Peace
you
out.
guys,
We got the what's it? You Yoruba King? Yoruba King. Oh, you're a demon now?
yeah, he said what? Is a demon?
Yeah, Yoruba demon.
Demon.
But yeah, guys,
Rebuke that
thank you
name,
guys for
Jesus.
watching. Thank you guys for listening. We do appreciate you guys, and
Congo, how do you say goodbye in French?
bonsoir.
Au revoir.
No, au revoir.
Over.
Au revoir.
So yeah, we just want you guys to watch the video, listen to it, give us feedback. We are definitely, we are open to criticism, which is good, So thank you guys,
And you guys put down in the comments section down below, like talk about your upbringing too. Oh, should have ended.